Already.
And it's been so long.
Golly.
Ay.
2 weeks.
Ooh.
3. This is the 3rd week, right?
Well, it's been 2 full weeks. Well, 3 weeks.
I'm jonesing, guys.
We missed 2 weeks, so it's been 3 weeks.
It's terrible. Oy. Man, you're terrible. Why did you come on? No.
Welcome in, Hikanuki.
Hello. Let's get this party started. Yay.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
A weird note. Like today, it rained so hard it hailed.
Yeah.
Like in Selva it hailed. And it's like, what? We were up to what? 60, 70 degrees or something? And it hailed.
75, probably.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's kind of a summertime thing. You don't get hail in the winter. It's only the summer.
Where's that? Here?
Yeah, anywhere.
No, you get hail.
No.
You get freezing rain, right?
Hello, that's different. That's completely different.
We're having a hail discussion that apparently I don't know what hail really is.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Hi, Scott. Welcome
yes,
in.
We had hail today. And a good quantity of hail.
And so I'm
at least in some places.
Let me explain. I'm at the brewery and you hear it go tick, 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 tick. And we're like, what the hell is that? We're looking around and it's hailing. And so I messaged Corey because I was at a meeting and I was like, it's hailing. He goes, it's not here.
Yeah.
And
we're only 2 miles away.
Yeah.
That's the mountains for you.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, but it hailed at John. I mean, John had a lot of hail.
Yeah.
And he's literally like
he's maybe
a
mile away.
Maybe. Yeah. So. Weirdness. Anyway, the weirdness in the mountains.
Yep. The weird mountain weather patterns.
But hello, guys. We've missed you.
Welcome in. Yeah.
Well, I can't speak for him. I've missed you.
Yes. So
I'm the comic relief.
Last time we were here, we were getting ready to go to St. Maarten.
Oh my God. That was like a month ago.
It was 3 weeks ago. We missed 2 weeks. We didn't do one in St. Maarten because we were busy. We were with family. And
we tried to, but then I don't know what happened.
We just got busy at night.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
And then
gambling. Anyway. And then that last week, somebody was sick.
No, last week I was in Raleigh. No, I came back from Raleigh that day.
Yeah, you came back that day, so you were tired and not feeling well.
And I wasn't feeling well. That's true. So
yeah.
So we did not do it.
No.
And, but anyway,
but we're here.
We are here tonight.
We are like excited, and we got I don't know what to talk about, but I'm just kidding.
Well,
we got to catch you up on like 3 weeks of stuff.
Yeah. So we went to St. Maarten.
Buttons on ice cream. That's what my grandmother used to say all the time. So buttons on ice cream, they don't stick. Anybody else have some weird family sayings? You never heard that before?
No.
You'd say so, and she would say, so buttons on ice cream. And then she'd wait a beat and she'd go, they don't stick. Or,
okay.
I got a bunch of them. Like we're playing Go Fish. And you have to go fish and be like, go jump in a lake. That's just because my summers, like Corey's summers, were here in Silva where we live, right? Yeah. My summers were on the lake in Maine. So yeah. Anyway,
Kanuki says we need an understudy when we're
to carry the torch while we're going.
We could.
Who would be our understudy?
Well, I mean, we could actually do the live streams when we're gone. We just don't. we're gonna be kind of busy.
Like he just admitted that he just doesn't want to do it.
No, I mean. Last week I was not feeling that great.
No,
because I had picked up whatever you had.
Well, should we just say, yeah. So it's like what, 3 days before we're leaving, and I'm like texting my doctor, and I'm like, hey, I don't know if this is allergies, I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling something, and can you give me an antibiotic, just in case it's something, and it was really weird though, because I didn't feel sick. I felt I had like some sinus pressure, whatever, but it was like behind my nose. So like it wasn't it was like in the middle. So it was like
Sinus pressure.
It was just really weird. So my throat, was a little kind of scratchy, and it was behind my nose. But that was all it was. I didn't like have a headache. I didn't like. It was just, and that was all it was. And I was taking all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Beer taps are streaming. The iPhone won't be.
Yes.
Well, we don't even use an iPhone to stream, but
we could while we were away.
We could.
Yeah. I mean, we had everything we needed. We
actually did that one time. We did a live stream once using the iPhone.
That didn't work out very well.
It did not work out.
I'm not particular.
No. Because I was using the little Osmo Mobile, the gimbal, and streaming, and it would go to sleep. It's like we'd be walking around, talking and streaming, and all of a sudden the phone would just go doop doop doop, and I'm like, "What the heck?" I had to turn it back on.
That happened at Hideaway.
That was at Hideaway Beach, yeah. And it was like, it was frustrating.
Yeah, so I took a pharmacy with me while we went away to St. Maarten.
Yeah.
And I kept taking stuff, and then I started losing my voice, which Corey loved. But you see, he won't admit it, but he'll smile. And I was like, what the hell? I'm not feeling any better. I'm like, I'm not getting better. But I was playing pickleball every day. I was getting up early and playing, even though I couldn't talk very well.
Yep.
And then come Thursday, I started taking my antibiotic, and boom, wouldn't you know it? I was like, oh, I don't have bacterial. It's sinus, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I started feeling better from the moment I took that antibiotic. I don't know why I didn't take it earlier. I'm just stubborn that way.
Well, I mean, there's not that much that an antibiotic's going to work on, so.
I stopped taking everything. I did take it with Mucinex for a few days, but then that was it. I took stop.
Yeah,
and then he was like, "Oh, I don't feel so good."
All right, so let's back up to the beginning.
Yeah, because I just gave you the whole week that I wasn't feeling good.
Get over the sickness and talk about St. Maarten.
Oh, we went to St. Maarten?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
We spent a week at our timeshare.
My youngest daughter, her husband, and two of their three kids.
Yep. Two of our grandkids.
They were 2 and 4. That was fun.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. We had a good time.
Yeah. I mean, it was the first time that we had been in St. Maarten
with them.
With them or with any kids. Young kids. I mean, when our daughters were teenagers, we went. But yeah, that was a little different.
That was very different.
Very different. Yeah.
At least the young kids,
they would do
you
anything.
can kind of wrangle them.
Yeah.
Older teenagers, no, they're going to do whatever the heck they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
for sure. Mm-hmm. But it was, I would say, it was probably one of the quieter weeks that we had there. Didn't do a whole lot. So, I mean, when those videos come out, you'll see that we didn't get a whole lot of content.
Yeah, but we did stuff. Yeah. We spent quite a bit of time.
We spent a lot of time with the family and with the kids.
Right. We really, because we don't get to see them very often. We don't. So we tried to get quality family time.
For sure. They live in Texas, so maybe once a year we get to see them, spend any time with them. So
yeah. And our oldest granddaughter really I enjoyed the camera, was talking to
her.
Yeah.
So you'll see that.
Yeah,
sure.
You'll get to see her.
Let's see. Ikanuki says, "Is Orient Beach making a comeback? It used to be an amazing place to spend a port day." We did not make it to Orient Beach.
Because I've been going a long time, as you know.
Right.
And I will say that it's not really an excursion, but every little trip there is, everybody's like, "Oh, Orient Beach, Orient Beach, Orient Beach, Orient Beach." And they've kind of built it up a little bit. And it's almost like a tourist attraction. And so if you like that touristy feel, do you disagree?
Well, I mean, Orient Beach is hard to get to, number one, because it's on the opposite side of the island.
Yeah, but every time we do something, like even at our timeshare, well, okay, I take that back. They don't do it. So they don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But you know how they have the shuttles to Phillipsburg and Marigot?
Right.
They used to go to Orient Beach also.
Okay.
And so there's that. And then we went on the 4-wheelers?
Yep.
And
they stopped there.
Right. So a lot of places.
That was what, last year?
Oh my God. You're asking me to think back?
Trying to remember when that was. Year before last, maybe.
No, it was last year. Was that the one? No, it was when we went with a group, because last year we did it on our own, and we had a crappy. It was breaking down, and it wouldn't steer right. Yeah, that was last year. So it was the year before.
And that may have been before we were blogging, but that was after the hurricane. So
yeah,
at that time, that was probably three.
So to answer your question, Hikanuki, I really think that they push it, and I can't say that it's bad. And
it's a nice beach, and they've got a lot of restaurants there, right on the beach.
It's a nice area to go to.
There's just so many other beaches to go to on the island.
I have to agree with that. That are nicer than that. I think the biggest thing with Orient Beach, everyone's like, "Oh, it's a nudie beach.
It's a nudie beach.
Oh, I have to go there because I have to."
Well, it's on the French side, number one. Right. So French women half the time they don't wear a top anyway.
Well, you can go to any beach in St. Maarten, and it's European. Yeah. A lot of them is European, so yes, they will be topless. But, I mean, it used to be like that.
There is the end of the beach at Orient Beach that is truly a nude beach.
Mm-hmm. And then Kubukoi, too, on the French side, you can also view some topless and then some.
And that's others. Not that far from our place.
Right.
So,
but it's on the French side. It's European. Yeah.
Most of the beaches on St. Maarten are on the French side. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, on the Dutch side, you've got,
because they said that the Frenchman actually cheated, and that's why they have more square footage. You never heard that?
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah. Or no, what they say is they took a shortcut. The Dutch governor got drunk or something, or they got him drunk, and that's why the French side has more coastline.
All this story is fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, the story is the French and the Dutch both settled the island. And they were trying to define the boundaries. So the French governor and the Dutch governor started at one point on the beach, and they said, we're going to walk all the way around the island. And when we meet on the other side, that's going to be the dividing line from this point to that point. And the Dutch governor, I guess, was a little slower or something. So the French side is a little bit bigger.
A little bit,
not a whole lot.
Yeah.
But anyway.
In case you guys didn't know, now you know.
But I mean, there's so many beaches. On the Dutch side, you've got, of course, Phillipsburg. The Phillipsburg beach is really nice. You got everything there on the boardwalk. We've never really spent any time at the beach there.
No, but it always looks so nice, and sometimes it's so hot. You just want to go in, but then when the cruises are in, you can't. Because it's booked.
It's always packed.
Great. Yeah, so it's packed.
I don't even really want to. Normally, when we go to Phillipsburg, we make sure that it's on a day that the cruise ships aren't in.
Why wouldn't be that?
I mean,
the
last time when we were there this year, we were actually in Phillipsburg
when the Icon
was in.
And we've been on the Icon twice, right?
We have been.
And
let
me tell you
twice.
what, they've never gone to St. Maarten.
Yep, we. I guess. What Icon does is it Grand Turk, and it goes to not Grand Turk. It goes to St. Kitts, St. Thomas, and Perfect Day, and then back to Miami.
Yeah.
Or it goes to St. Maarten, St. Thomas, Perfect Day, and back to Miami.
I would think that's how it would go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to
says it would have been easier to draw a line in the middle of the map. Well, of course, this was 1600s or whatever.
Was there a map?
Who knows if there was even a decent map of the island. So, I don't know.
The thing. It's good.
The way they do all those things. But then on the French, of course, just not within walking distance, actually, of our timeshare, we can get to the French side, to Kubukoi.
We can.
And you can... and then there's
just as a side note,
there's Long
Cooper
Bay.
Was my dad's favorite beach. Long Bay's the very expensive,
exclusive area,
like $10,000 a night
beach.
Or a week or something crazy. I don't
then
know,
you've got Friars Bay that we went to last year.
Didn't we go to like
St
Maarten or something?
And then of course
I don't have my phone,
Grand
otherwise I'd show you the map.
And all these different beaches that are just gorgeous. St Maarten is probably supposed to be one of the nicer.
Did we make it there? We didn't make it there, right?
We tried. We got down to the bottom, and then we were having so many problems with that four-wheeler. We decided, well, we're not going to try to park this thing somewhere and figure out how to get to the beach, because it's like all resort down there. You can get to the beach, but not sure how. So
yeah.
Anyway,
we'll try and figure that out one of these years.
Yeah, one of these years
when
we're by ourselves, or when we're with all adults or something. Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
We spent as much time with the kids as we could, because it's just so rare, and there were things that with little kids that they just really didn't want to do.
Oh my God, they wanted a coconut. You know, and you drink out of the coconut, like that was like a big.
They'll take the coconut, chop the top off of it for you.
Yeah, coconut. Can we get one today? Can we get one today? So we finally got one, and they got it, and they're like, "This isn't very good." And they didn't
like the coconut water.
So I got a coconut, and our son-in-law got a coconut, and I was like, "Oh, hydration," you know, because it's hot out.
So one day we went over to Marigot, to the market, which that was.
Oh my God, sorry.
It was that Tuesdays is when the Marigot market is.
I need to get my phone.
I think so. I think that's what it was. Marigot market is really
Wednesday.
Neat. Wednesday. Okay.
That's why we didn't do our live stream, because we were out all day.
Oh, okay. Marigot market. That's a great thing to do. You don't have to take a tour. You don't have to pay for an excursion or anything like that. You can, right from downtown Phillipsburg, you can hop on the bus to Marigot. It costs you $2 or $2.50, and you can get all the way over to Marigot, $2.50 back. Boom, you're good to go. Let's see.
Oh, we got a theory.
My theory is that I just made up is that the Dutch governor stopped by the French governor's house for a quickie because he knew he wouldn't be
nice.
Okay, well,
that would be why the French have more land than the Dutch.
Yeah,
you heard it here first, y'all.
Yeah, we did see the French governor's mansion, or what used to be the governor's mansion.
Yeah, that was a funny story. That they got divorced and the wife got it or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And then they sold it, or I don't know, something.
So anyway, with St. Maarten, and probably on most of the other islands as well. I don't know the others that well, but with St. Maarten, if you ever go, if you want to go to Maho Beach, Airplane Beach, watch the airplanes land and take off. They're right over the beach. You can take a bus. The local buses go straight to Maho.
And the local buses, they look like vans.
They look like passenger vans.
And the taxis look exactly the same. The difference is, one, if it does say, it will say taxi. The other one will have a sign in it that says Maho or Marigot or French Quarter or Phillipsburg. Like you'll see a little sign in the window.
These little placards in the front window that'll say whatever. And there are specific places that you can go to catch the bus. You ask a local, they'll point you to the right place. I did a video a couple of years ago. I actually spent a day out riding the bus system so that I could figure out as much as I could about it.
He left me unattended.
Yeah, I left her unattended for most of a day, so that I could,
which I spent at the
could kind of do an updated version of that, because that was our first year doing videos there, and it was kind of not that great. I didn't get the whole bus system map though.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, by the time I got over,
does it work?
I took the bus to Phillipsburg, then I took the bus to Marigot, and by the time I got to Marigot, and walked around a little bit, had lunch. I was ready to just head back because it was hot and I was just kind of done. And so I took the bus back to Phillipsburg and then grabbed another bus over to Maho. So that's the way we get around when we're on St. Maarten.
We do. We travel like locals.
And almost never take a cab.
And the language is good morning or good afternoon.
Yeah. If you get on a bus or you meet someone, good morning, good afternoon.
That's how you speak like a local.
Yeah. That's a little tip for you. So at least those two destinations you can get to by bus. You can also get to Parrottville, which is the bird sanctuary.
Oh, we did that with the kids, and
that's up in
our oldest granddaughter. Now they're 2 and 4. So the 4-year-old, her name was Sawyer. The bird landed on her head, and she freaked out.
Yeah,
and then it took her a little while to relax.
Yeah. We thought they would love going to see the birds because they love birds.
I mean, Hudson, the 2-year-old, loved it.
Yeah,
absolutely loved it. And should we talk about the lady on the on the bus? That was all.
Oh gosh.
Holy moly!
Oh yeah,
she was by herself, and we all went.
Well, that was another day.
That was on Amerigo. And we all went shopping.
Our resort has a bus that you could take over to the Marigo Market, and it was kind of expensive. It was like what, $15 or something.
$15 a person.
A person.
I'm not sure about
kind
the kids,
of pricey.
No, but it was. I mean, it took you right there and brought. It took you right there
and brought you right back. So yeah, you could have saved a little bit of money taking the buses, but it would take you a lot more time. And
yeah, so we decided to do it. Why not? It was from like 9:30 to 1:30 or something.
Yeah, 9:30 to 1:30. So it wasn't that long. So this group of 7, 8 people, 9 people, something like that.
We had 5.
10, yeah. Maybe 10 people.
6, 7,
take this
8.
bus over to Marigo, get off. We come back 3-4 hours later and get on the bus. And this one lady
was trashed.
She was completely trashed. And at first I wasn't sure what she was.
I went to sit next to her, and then Corey went in the front, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to sit back here." And she's like, "No, you can sit next to me." And I'm like, "No, I'm going to sit back here, thanks." It's like.
I wanted to sit up front next to the bus driver or our taxi driver.
You wanted to pick his brain.
And we were talking about different things, and I wanted to get some video from the front seat because you can see.
I mean, she must have sat there for 4 hours just drinking. That's how.
It's the only thing I can figure.
It was bad. Hey,
the fam, welcome in. But yeah, I mean, she was.
And apparently, toasted. From what I heard, was the driver had to come back and to kind of babysit her for a while before we got on the bus.
I heard that he rescued her from somebody or something like that.
Yeah,
I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, I've never seen that, but okay.
But yeah, I mean, we had a good time shopping there in Marigo.
It was hot.
It was hot. Yeah, it always is. But they had some artists that we've seen for years.
You know what? I need to wear my new necklace.
You should have.
I forgot I had it.
But
so Sawyer picked out a necklace for me.
Yep. There's a lady there that creates necklaces and things out of seashells. So she
they are gorgeous.
Inlays them and all this kind of stuff. It's really, really neat work. And of course, you've got all the other different types of art that people do, and then you've got your typical Chinese junk sellers.
Mm-hmm. There's a lady that paints on glass.
Yeah,
and she has done more stuff. Like she's what's the word I'm looking for? Where you expand your medium. I guess that's as good as anything. And so she's doing now like slate boards and wood and like all this stuff, and she does amazing
really neat stuff.
Work. Yeah. Amazing.
I mean, it's all tropical themed artwork, anything from just flowers on the glass to.
I actually have a glass that she did that's somebody else's that asked us to hold it. It's a cherry blossoms, but
okay.
And I can show you if you guys want to see. But yeah, I mean that's the beauty of those markets like that.
Yeah.
They have like you said, the Chinese made, Rima stuff that everybody has.
Yeah.
But then they also have stuff that you can't find anywhere. That's all hand done.
Right.
And it's absolutely gorgeous.
You got the typical stuff that you'd find in any tourist store, the T-shirts and the hats and the stuff like that.
Should I get the glass, Sean?
If you want to.
Okay.
And, well, our granddaughter's dresses, matching dress.
Yeah, they were cute.
And then my daughter got a dress, and it's kind of like a sundress type thing.
And Hudson said Winston said that they were going to go and make more babies.
And our son-in-law Winston got a straw hat that said St. Maarten on it. I think he said it was falling apart.
You can't see it because of the green. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, kind of pretty stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Going there and seeing the different things that they have, and of course the spices.
The magic spice.
One thing that we try to go by and at least pick some up every year or two is some of the local spices. They do have something called magic spice that they say is good on everything. And I think they probably use that or something like that on the ribs and chicken that they sell on the island. I know a lot of people go to the islands and they're like, oh, I want fish. I want local fish, things like that. But at least on St. Maarten, their grilled ribs and grilled chicken is exceptional. And that's one of my favorite things to get there. You going to come back and join me?
Yeah, I have to say
hello. Leave me on by myself.
I'm coming.
So,
driving done. Visiting St. Maarten for the first time in September. Oh,
awesome.
Message us. We will give you all of the ins.
Yep.
We used to know, this was back in the day before COVID, but we used to know all the places that we could eat very affordable.
Yep.
And very affordable. Like all you can eat ribs for $8. And then it was all you can eat ribs for $16. I don't know if they do that anymore.
I don't know if they do either. We haven't
used
been
to
back
get
to that place
pizzas
in
for
years.
like $20 and like
we can still get a pizza for $20 around
maybe. Let me tell you what. So all the money that we bring, or major part of the money that we bring, is for food.
Yep.
So when you go to St. Maarten, just know, as with most islands, everything's imported, so everything is very expensive. Food tends to be extremely the biggest.
Well, it's not that it's that expensive when you look at it. I mean,
let's look at it.
Well, I mean, you go to a place that's serving, you get a plate that's got ribs and rice and beans and plantains and a salad, just a regular lunch plate, and it's what, $16-20.
Yeah. That's true.
It's not like it's that much more expensive than it would be in the States.
True. But you're eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. When you're there all week, it gets expensive. Meals a day. So okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so whatever. Yeah. And then of course there's the alcohol, but hey, at least you're paying $3 for a beer.
We found this thing, and I'm sure that people are listening know this already, but we found a DiSorno Velvet.
Di Serrano.
Velvet, which is a cream amaretti. No, not amaretti.
It's a cream amaretto. Yep.
Oh my God. It gives Bailey's for me. I mean, like, it's very close.
And of course, the alcohol. Most of your alcohol is very cheap.
It's duty free.
Yeah, basically duty free. So
and not the bad duty, like in the other videos that we were just showing currently. I couldn't help myself. I said duty. Yeah. Sorry, I'm the comic relief.
Yes. We had at least 3 duties.
Oh my God.
And one pull on icon. But back to the story. Like a bottle of Bacardi. You can walk into the grocery store there and get a bottle of Bacardi for like $12.
Let's go back a few years.
Yeah.
You can get the Cruzan rum for $5.
Yeah, that was years
and then
ago.
it was $8 now. Yeah, can't do that now. Yeah. But let's all the good stuff that we used to see.
Let's see. Hikanuki says, I've never been to St. Maarten at night. Is it generally safe to walk around? Our robbery is such something to worry about. I was on St. Thomas for a week, and at night it got a bit unsafe. Interesting.
I would like to say, I guess it depends on where you stay, for one.
Yeah.
From where we stay, I've never had any issues with that.
Yeah.
And I've never felt unsafe, but I can't say that there's areas that Scott, you're killing me. I'm gonna get there in a minute. But I don't know. I can't say for the entire island, but I can say for the Maho area.
Yeah. So
I mean,
let's look at where we've been at night. We've been to Grand Cass at night. That's true,
because we don't do a lot of things at night.
We've been to Simpson Bay, Coal Bay area at night.
Yes.
And we have been in Maho all the time at night. I have never had a situation where I felt even the least bit unsafe on St. Maarten. They call it the Friendly Island.
We don't explore a lot at night either. So
yeah,
we have to put that out there. Just
no matter where I've been on St. Maarten, I've never had a feeling of, hey, this is kind of sketchy. Or
I have to agree with that.
I don't really feel safe.
But I don't want to put it out there that is
right.
The be all.
Always
make sure that you know your surroundings.
Yeah.
But
I mean, St. Thomas is U.S. Virgin Islands, but yet they still have some issues there.
And I know back in the 80s, there was some issues on the French side that we were told, like, especially with me growing up and stuff, we were kind of like warned. But that was 40 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh my God. And that was mainly like pickpockets or something.
Yes.
On the French side. Well,
yes. I mean, you're going to get that anywhere.
You can get that anywhere, tourist, sure. So. But I wasn't sure what to expect when I first went for the first time in 2008. Because I'm like, all right, this is a foreign country. I'm gonna be on my guard and all this kind of stuff. At this point, I'm actually more comfortable in St. Maarten than I would be walking the streets of any big city.
And there you have it.
I can say that with confidence.
So shall we talk
it's called
about
the Friendly Island. Pretty much anybody
it is.
There is friendly and wants to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. So we shall talk about the duty and not the foodie, and maybe just the duty.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was that? That was the video from 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, 4 days ago, whatever it was.
Yes. And I'm just because Scott, he's talking about duty and not foodie, and then duty.
Yeah.
So maybe we should
duty from the foodie. Or
if you eat enough foodie, it makes you duty.
Or whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah.
But there are a lot of areas where you can get duty free.
Well, it's basically.
Yeah.
I mean, duties are in the U.S. So we want to visit Maho Beach, but we'll have Regina's 78-year-old mother with us, anywhere she can sit down. Okay. So
does she wait, hold on. Does she have any mobility issues?
Yeah.
Because that would make a difference on where we
That's
tell her
a question.
to go. Yes.
She'll
tell us, Scott,
so
if she has mobility issues.
So basically the only places to sit down are loungers that you would rent or at the restaurants that are on either side of the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So
no
mobility issues. So you could.
We both want to talk here. Okay.
So it would be very easy to take the water taxi from the port over to the boardwalk in Phillipsburg. Walk around there if you want. Walk down the street, past the courthouse. Look for a local bus, which is a passenger van that'll have a little placard in its window that says Maho. Wave it down for $2.50 a piece. It will take you all the way to Maho and drop you off right there.
You have to say bus stop or whatever. Yeah, so, but you'll know when you
you'll know when you get there, because you'll be driving past the airport for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when you get to the end of the airport,
you'll see the beach.
You'll see the beach,
and then so that's where you stop.
Yeah. And at that point, you've got on one side of the beach, you've got the Sunset Grill. On the other side of the beach, you've got Driftwood.
Okay, so
Bar.
this is where I'm jumping in.
Okay.
Okay, so Sunset Beach, great sunsets.
Sunset Grill.
Sunset Grill.
Yeah.
Sorry. Great sunsets.
Perfect place for sunsets, but
Food,
you probably won't be there for sunset.
Not so good. Okay. But yeah, you can go there, watch the, watch the planes come in. And, from what I hear, and I think it's still going on, that if you're topless, you get free drinks.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're female and topless.
Yes.
At the bar. At Sunset
maybe,
Grill, you get free drinks.
Yeah. It just depends on how much you want to drink for free.
Yeah.
However, food not so great there.
Yeah.
Everything else, not so bad.
We've never been a big fan of the food there.
No, but our second favorite place, and the place that we go to every
year,
single,
as soon as we get there.
Yeah, yep. The first night that we get there, the first day, we go to the Driftwood
Bar.
Yep. And
they have food. They have.
But you'll be sitting on picnic tables.
Yep. Well, mainly picnic tables or stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes.
That's where we sit.
But I will say, well, you can sit at the bar.
There's bars. There's other like
No,
bar height tables.
Oh, I just want to sit as close to the beach as possible. And they have like little areas where you can see the beach.
And they have rental loungers there too. So.
Yep, they do.
Yeah.
So, and the food there is great.
Yeah.
I mean, get the barbecue. That's all I'm saying. Don't
Barbecue
get the shawarmas.
Get the barbecue. Get what you want.
Shawarmas are good. Barbecue, better.
Barbecue ribs.
Oh.
No sauce.
No sauce. You don't need sauce.
They
have like KC mashed piece. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Don't get that. Just eat it straight.
The chicken, not the chicken wings, because those were breaded.
I
didn't care for those. But
no ribs.
But the ribs,
go for it.
Good stuff. Shawarma's good.
I almost said something about that, but I kind of curbed myself because I didn't think it was appropriate. But
yeah, I can understand that, Scott, for sure. Well, you hang out at the bar long enough.
I mean, who cares?
Who knows what you'll see?
Yeah. Or you could just go to the Driftwood bar. And that is kind of so the sunset would be like on one side, and then the Driftwood would be on the other side, and then there's also Tortuga Cafe.
Yep. So behind the Driftwood bar, which I mean, literally, this is an open air bar that looks like it's made out of driftwood, and
it's like a hole in the wall.
Yeah,
but let me tell you what.
But they've got great drinks. Good food.
Yep.
And the prices are not bad.
We always get a bucket of Carib.
Yep.
That first night, anyway.
But behind, if you go out to the road,
walk a little bit
and
closer,
walk up the road a little bit, there'll be an kind of like a pathway back towards the beach, and you walk around that way, and you can get to Tortuga, which is a nice, much nicer sit-down restaurant that's actually attached to our resort,
and it's right on the beach.
It's open
also. So there's 3 possibilities that you can go. And then if you want to go over
right there at the beach,
on the other side of Sunset Grill, there's the Morgan. I don't know if there's any places to eat over there anymore because we don't go over there so much anymore.
But if you just want to get off the beach for a little bit, you can walk up into Maho.
Oh,
and there's all kinds of restaurants up there. Depending on what day you're there, there's
jewelry,
there's lots of jewelry shops and
food. The casino's there.
Yep. Let's see. We ate at that burger place. What was it called?
Oh, it was not the Smash Burger.
Not the Smash Burger.
That was the Burger Bar.
Burger Bar. And that's right there.
That's a new place.
New place is really good.
Yep. Prices decent. Yeah.
Prices were good. The burgers were excellent.
Yeah. Definitely plan on an hour to get back though.
Yeah.
Just to play it safe.
So spend as much time you want there at the beach. Watch the planes land and take off. Watch the people play chicken with the jet blast. And that's always fun to watch.
Yeah. So like if you're on the beach and a plane comes in and lands and you lift your arms up like that, I mean, you could feel like you're touching them. Even if you take a picture, it looks like you're touching them.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. We just have so much information. Ask us.
Of course, there's going down through Maho. There's the Indian place that we really like.
Oh, Tastes of India.
There's a
That's if you
crepe
like
place. There's a
the kids got the crepes. They like those. They ate those
beer
for
tap
breakfast.
Room. There's that Italian place down through there that actually had pretty good pizza. That's up on the
back of the right.
That's down past the Indian place.
Oh, over there. Yeah, that was actually good pizza. Yeah.
There's a deli there. There's a Subway.
There's so much. There's
a lot of stuff down that strip in Maho.
Hello. Welcome in.
Welcome in, foodies. So yeah, lots of places to eat. And once you're done, just go back in front of the Royal Islander Resort. They've got there's a little bus stop there. Portico it's called a drive-through area. And look for a bus that either says Maho or Phillipsburg on the placard and wave it down. And they'll take you right back to downtown Phillipsburg. So, yep.
He says great info. We have so much more, so feel free to contact us.
Yeah.
So what else did we do? I painted a T-shirt at the pool. First time I ever did that. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
You weren't even. That was the day you were out and about. I think out in a boot.
I was there, but I think
you were there.
Gone back up to the room for a little while or something.
That was the day it rained.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you were up at the room.
What else did we do?
We went on
an excursion.
The pirate boat.
Went back on Billy Bones. It's not a pirate boat.
Well, not anymore. But that they used to
call a cigarette boat.
The original tour was called the Pirate Tour, but
You still think of it like that
I know I do. I can't help it. But so it's called Billy Bones.
Billy Bones, it's
a speedboat.
Okay, that's Billy Bones is a character from Treasure Island. So
they're still staying with the pirate theme.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. But anyway,
we did that. We went to Parrottville, which you had mentioned earlier.
Yeah, we went to Parrottville and Phillipsburg
and Marigot.
Marigot.
And so we were walking around Phillipsburg and we had lunch at our favorite place, number one favorite place.
Yeah.
So if you're going on a cruise and you go to Phillipsburg, go to Caribbean Blend.
Yep.
It's you can give directions. The best. This is our most favorite place. We go there every time.
From the center of the boardwalk, with the cruise port off to your right, take a left down the boardwalk.
It's like a half a mile.
It's not that far. Maybe a quarter mile.
Down
through there, and you'll see a red and yellow and green, painted building, and you'll say the Caribbean Blends or something like that. I think
they changed it a little bit.
They changed the name a little bit.
They painted it, made it all nice this year.
Good evening, Cam Fam.
Welcome in.
And
get the ribs.
Ribs. You see, we like the ribs.
Yeah. Because they're dry rubbed and they're oh my god, you do not need anything on it.
No.
They are so delicious. I mean, you can get other stuff and it's really good too, but get the ribs. That's my advice. If you don't get the ribs, you have missed out.
And their chicken is good.
The chicken?
Yeah. Chicken wings, I think, is what you normally get there. But
I don't get that. I get the ribs.
But
every time.
I mean, whatever you get, this is another one of it's kind of very similar to the Lolos that you go to over in Grand Case or even in Marigot.
So, shall we talk about the peas and rice? Because peas and rice is not the peas and rice that you think it's peas and rice, because it's not peas. It's like lentils or beans, but they call it peas. Yeah. So just be aware of that if you want peas and rice.
Yeah.
It's either lentils and rice or beans and rice. Very rarely do you get actual peas and rice. I mean, you could, peas, but yeah. So
it's normally lentils or black beans or kidney beans.
Well, this was the first year I saw black beans and white rice.
Yeah.
And our grandchildren, especially the 2-year-old, was eating the crap out of that rice and beans.
Yeah, they love the rice and beans for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, every time you turn around, you saw Hudson.
That's pretty much everywhere you go. That's the standard dish. You get your rice and peas. You get a salad,
plantains,
a couple of little fried plantains,
and your meat,
and whatever the meat is,
whatever the protein is. Yeah. Scott likes beans anyway, better. Yeah. So yeah.
Yep. And that was pretty much our week in St. Maarten. Then we got back late Sunday night.
Corey went to Raleigh.
Yeah.
5-hour drive.
Yeah. So I got up the next morning, packed my suitcase
Left
again.
me unattended again.
Left her unattended for a few days. Drove over to Raleigh. You don't know
what happens when he leaves me unattended. I mean, it's trouble in paradise.
I need some security cameras to watch what the hell's going on.
So my bestie says, "Oh, Corey's going to Raleigh. You want to hang out?" I hung out with her Monday, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
She came over and we just hung out and talked. That's all we did.
So
we didn't drink any wine.
I drove over to Raleigh because it was, what did they call it? It was
Beer and Politics.
Yeah, it was the Craft Brewers Association or North Carolina Craft Brewers Guild Legislative Day. That's what it was.
Oh, Legislative Day.
So we went
and you
over
guys
there.
all know that Corey is a researcher and he loves all of that stuff. And let me tell you what, he loves his politics too. And I would have thought before this trip that he would be a great politician of some sort. Seriously, he's got the mind for it. He's got the passion for it. And anytime you have a conversation with him, he knows what he's talking about. However, I've set the stage.
Yeah. So anyway, I got to meet a lot of the other brewers that are a part of our Brewers Guild, and especially the ones that are on committees or board members. And things
and this
like
was designed to kind of help give feedback in legislation for the brewing industry for North Carolina. Right.
So the things that we were advocating for, the things that, it's kind of like grassroots lobbying, basically. And so they had appointments set up for us with our congressmen and with our senators, and some important congressmen and senators.
Okay, don't make it boring.
That run, important ones on important committees and all that kind of stuff. So we spent all day Tuesday meeting with all of these politicians, and some of them were very difficult to tie down. I came away from that day realizing
this is where I set the stage. Here we go. You ready?
I would never want to be a politician because they're running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They're going from this meeting to that meeting, and this one politician we went in to see, and his committee meeting ran along, and so they asked us to come back later. We come back later. There are 5 other people standing in line waiting to get in to see this guy, and I'm like, man, I cannot work under that kind of
I told him
pressure.
That he can learn how to do that.
Yeah, maybe I could.
He's not that social that he can do those things. He needs his off time where he can just plug in.
I need my downtime.
Listen to his book or watch pickleball on YouTube or just watch YouTube. Like that's his downtime.
And so Tuesday evening, we had a dinner social thing, kissing hands and shaking babies. Yep. Does not look like my cup of tea. We had a dinner, a barbecue and beer social that they set up on the lawn of the Lieutenant Governor's offices in Raleigh.
Well, you spent a bunch of time with the Lieutenant Governor, right?
Well, I got to meet the Lieutenant Governor. She gave a speech to the crew, and we had a lot of the congressmen and senators came over, had local barbecue, and they had a beer truck set up with a beer from the different breweries that were represented
were they
there.
Good?
Yeah.
Did you get video of you judging the beers?
I did not judge the beer.
Oh. Sorry. He told me I'm going to Maine to to take care of my mom's ashes, and he's like, you better be, taking video while you're there, blah blah blah.
You're going on like a week-long trip.
I can't go to Maine for like 2 days. It's too far away. So we're making it a mini girls trip.
Yeah, it's girls trip. You got some other people to help drive and all this kind of stuff.
But So I'm on the phone, like we're talking about this. Okay. My dad is in the front seat with Corey, and I'm in the back seat. And my dad's like, "So who's going?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh, Donna, my best friend, and Corey's sister, Beth, my sister-in-law." My daddy goes, "I didn't know my sister was going."
Oh, I know.
He doesn't listen.
It changes all the time too.
Bernadette is going, but she's going separately. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yes. So.
Anyway, yeah. So
he didn't get any video.
Yeah. So 5 hours up, 5 hours back. No, I didn't even bring a camera with me. I left my.
He let you guys down.
I left my camera bag at home. There wasn't much to see anyway.
I'd be in big trouble if I did that.
And every, it would have been a pain in the butt because they got 2 different buildings, and every time you left the building and went into the other one, you had to empty all your pockets and go through a metal detector and all this kind of stuff.
Oh my God! In your pockets. He wears like the cargo pants and all of the pockets full. And look, he's got pockets in his shirts too. Full. Maybe not tonight. Let me see.
There's nothing in my pockets.
No, not tonight.
Anyway.
I'm a comic relief. I'm doing my job well.
So yeah, after a 5-hour drive back home,
he wasn't feeling very well.
And I had not been feeling very well. Very good. So
that's because
I called it off.
That's because I got you sick.
Yeah, she got me sick. But anyway, we're back home now.
We are back at it again.
Back at it again.
Did I steal somebody's tagline?
No, I think you did.
We've got some
kind of sort of had this past weekend off. I mean, I
of course didn't have a choice.
I had to get at least one video done this weekend after being gone so many weekends. Yeah,
and then Sunday was a family fire burning day.
Sunday was a family day. So
he took the whole day off.
Yeah, and
didn't complain. Surprising.
Yeah.
He did it
stuff done around
and did it well. Hung out with the kids, the grandkids. He did a good job. I'm very proud of you for that. But
because I'm not gonna have time to do anything this weekend.
We have some fun things coming up though. So Corey and I, just to kind of give you a little quick, we've got a few minutes left. Yeah. So we have a pickleball boot camp coming up. Are you gonna take any video of that?
Oh yeah, I probably will. I don't know.
Let me tell you what. All day. Every day from Sunday to half of Friday. So
it's half day Sunday, half day Friday.
Yeah. So it's and so there's a lot of things going on. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna change your meeting this day." I'm like, "Oh, I can't do it." "Oh, we're gonna do it." I'm like, "I can't do it." I'm like, "Oh, there's senior games." No, can't do it. There's so many things going on this week, but we're doing boot camp. Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Well, that'll be week after next.
And then
this weekend we've got a festival.
Oh yeah, greening up the mountain. It's gonna be busy, and my dad's gonna be in.
It's a long day.
So you know what he says to me? I'm gonna call my dad out right now. He goes, because he won't watch this. He goes, "Oh yeah, I'm looking forward." Because I was like, "Dad, do you know that we have a festival and we're gonna be busy all day long, right?" "Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys all day." Blah, blah, right? And then he goes, "I'm not staying there all day." And I was like, "Well, we're working all day, right?" He's like, "Well, what about Donna, And so well, she's volunteering at 6 a.m. until I think 10 or whatever." And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, maybe I'll just have her, take me somewhere, or maybe." He's like, and then he goes, "Well, maybe I'll just stay home and have somebody pick me up." And I go, "Who's gonna pick you up?
Somebody's gonna pick you up. We're working all day." I mean, all day.
But he's excited to hang out with us all day at the festival. Okay.
I mean, we're setting up at 9:30 in the morning. We won't get done until 6:37 that night.
Yeah, I know.
And then clean up and everything else.
Yeah, it's a long day.
Not gonna happen. So,
but yeah, so he wants to see pickleball boot camp.
Scott wants to see pickleball boot camp. All right.
It was kind of pricey, and we did it just because we're pickleball
trying
addicts.
To get better.
As you guys all know. I got a new paddle.
Yep.
I was told the other day it was a weapon. I think I'm gonna beat Corey like he's never been beaten by me before.
Yeah, we'll see. You have to get used to using that paddle.
I have dropped the ball. I was gonna say Mike, but it wouldn't really fit. So the pickleball. Drop the pickleball. Anyways, so so we got that.
We shall
and
see.
then at the end of the month, we're going to New York because Corey is golfing with my father. That's and so there's a little golf outing. So we'll be going there for the weekend, long weekend.
Golf.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see that. He sold his clubs years ago.
I haven't hit a golf ball in 20 years.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. And then so that's May, June, and then we don't have anything in June, do we?
Nothing in June.
And then July we have a cruise.
Our first carnival cruise together.
August I'll be in Maine. And then September
we got another cruise.
Yeah, with Destination Fun.
Yeah.
Sherry is like I told her we had like 6 months for her to become my best friend. Although I haven't messaged her in like weeks, so I need to message her and tell her I still love her. So she catches this on the replay. Sherry, still love you.
Yeah.
Oh my
Scott
God.
Says he hasn't golfed in 10 years.
I think it's been more for Corey.
Oh yeah. I mean, gosh, it was the mid-90s when I got really into golf.
George
Taylor.
Oh, sorry, it's been a tough month.
Cincinnati tomorrow. All right.
Oh, I hope you have a good trip to Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well,
if there's anything that we can do for you, George, let us know.
Absolutely.
We'll send you some good juju. Yeah. And so we're talking about Corey golfing. That you must video. Right, guys? Don't you think he should video himself golfing?
I'll be lucky to hit the damn golf ball.
That's exactly why you should video it.
No. I said I'd go with him. I did not say I'd play.
Oh.
I said I'll sit in the golf cart and drink beer.
He'll drive the golf cart.
I'll be their golf cart chauffeur.
They might get you out there to play. I don't know. I'll have to see.
I don't know. I mean, shoot, even when I played regularly, it was like, all right, I need a case of balls, like 18 balls to get through 18 holes.
Because there's no water unless it's man-made, and that's not many. Although
it doesn't matter. I'd lose them anyway.
That golf course is kind of a hard golf course.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry to hear that, George.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked you if you need anything, you let us know.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I hadn't seen that, so.
Yeah.
So sorry to hear that, George. But anyway.
She's going to drive the golf cart and drink beer.
Probably.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, it's literally been 30 years since I actually played regularly.
God, you're like old as dirt.
I know. I'm an old fart. So, anyway.
Oh, Lordy.
All right. Well, I think we should wrap it up for the night.
And we do have some fun stuff coming up, so stay tuned.
We certainly do. All right, let's see if I can get this thing going.
Here we go. Prepare yourself, guys.
Yeah,
here it comes.
Prepare yourself, because here is our new outro. And we'll say this.
It wasn't the do, it's bedtime.
Guys, from peaks to tides.
See you on the next one.
From peaks to tides, mountains to sea.
Thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your support.
And we will see you next Wednesday.
We will here.
We'll be here. Same time, same place.
I promise to bring the comic relief.
As always.
Mountains to
I keep the humor in your life.